Hello everyone. We at Team Enlight brings to you Enbreezen, the daily news analysis program to help you sail through the UPSC Civil Services examination. This is the list of topics that are taken for today's discussion. One is OSMART, second is River Cities Alliance, third is Swadesh Project, and last one is Multidimensional Poverty Index. Moving on to the first topic, OSMART. So, OSMART stands for Ocean Services Modeling Application Resources and Technology. That is something related to ocean. So, here why it is in the news. The Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs approved the continuation of the OSMART scheme for the period 2021-26. So in this context, you should know the basic key points associated with OSMART scheme. So this article is taken from PIB and let's look into the key points. So first of all, it is a government scheme that aims at promoting ocean research and setting up early warning weather system. And it was launched in the year 2018. And regarding the objective, it aims at addressing ocean developmental activities such as technology, services, resources, science and observations, as well as offering required technological assistance for implementing aspects of blue economy. Blue economy is something related to ocean and associated economic activities. And regarding the sub-scheme, it comprises 7 sub-schemes. Fine. So these are the 7 sub-schemes. Fine. These are the 7 sub-schemes. One is Ocean Technology, Ocean Modeling and Advisory Services, Ocean Observation Network and so on. You can read it further. And regarding the objectives, first of all, the main objective is to generate regular update information on marine living resources and their relationship with the physical environment in the Indian Exclusive Economic Zone. Second, to periodically monitor levels of seawater pollutants for health assessment of coastal waters of India and to develop shoreline change maps for assessment of coastal erosion due to natural and anthropogenic activities. Third is to develop a wide range of state-of-the-art ocean observation system. Fourth one is to generate and disseminate a suite of user-oriented ocean information. Moving on further, other important objectives include to develop high-resolution models for ocean forecast, to develop algorithms for validation of satellite data for coastal research, and the acquisition of coastal research vessels for coastal pollution monitoring, testing of various underwater components and technology demonstration. And to develop technologies to tap the marine bioresources, generate freshwater and ocean energy, and to develop underwater vehicles and technologies. And finally, to carry out exploration of polymetallic nodules, that is MPN, from water depth of 5,500 meter allotted to India by the United Nations in the Central Indian Ocean Basin and to carry out investigation of gas hydrates. So these objectives can be asked in prelims point of view. So you must be clear with the objectives. And regarding the ministry associated with OSMART, the ministry associated is Ministry of Earth Sciences. That you should be very clear. So whenever you study a scheme, you should know the ministry, the basic objectives and salient features associated with the scheme. Moving on to the second topic, that is River Cities Alliance. So again, this is taken from PIB. So why it is in the news? Union Minister of Jal Shakti has launched River Cities Alliance. So what is basically River Cities Alliance? The purpose is to dedicate a platform for river cities in India to discuss and exchange information for the sustainable management of urban rivers. And it was launched by 2 ministers in a partnership, that is Ministry of Jal Shakti and Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Regarding the objectives, the aim is to provide member cities with a platform to discuss and exchange information on aspects that are vital for sustainable management of urban rivers. and to work towards adopting and localizing national policies and instruments with key river related directions. And finally, to strengthen governance aspect of river cities and to improve their livability, to attract external economic investment and access state of the art knowledge. And regarding the themes, it focuses on three broad schemes. So you should be clear with the schemes. So one is networking, second is capacity building, and third is technical support. And regarding the participating cities, the 30 member cities in the alliance include Dehradun, Haridwar, Rishikesh, etc. So regarding the participating cities, UPSC won't ask that much factual question, but however you should know the themes and the basic objective associated with River Cities Alliance. And regarding the Secretariat, National Institution for Urban Affairs with National Mission for Clean Ganga Support will be the Secretariat for the Alliance. So that is with respect to River Cities Alliance. Moving on further, the next topic for the day is Swadesh Project. So why it is in the news? Department of Biotechnology, that is National Brain Research Center, have recently developed Project Swadesh. So it is a unique brain initiative focusing on certified neuroimaging, neurochemical, neuropsychological data and analytics that are made accessible to researchers for managing brain disorders. So it is a scheme of DBT. DBT is coming under which ministry? Ministry of Science and Technology. And regarding the scheme or like project, Swadesh is the first large-scale multi-model neuroimaging database designed specifically for Indian population with big data architecture and analytics for various disease categories under one platform. So, to strengthen Alzheimer's disease research and help scientific community to come up with promising treatments. All these are the basic objectives of Swadesh project. And it proposes a big data architecture that manages and analyzes 6 modules, namely neurodegenerative mild cognitive impairment, Parkinson's disease, neuropsychiatric, neurodevelopmental, COVID-19 related disorders, other disorders and healthy subjects. So this is associated with certified neuroimaging, neurochemical and neuropsychological data. Keep in mind. So that's with respect to Swadesh project. And in this context, two things you should be familiar with is, one is about DBT. So it comes under Ministry of Science and Technology as I mentioned earlier, and it promotes and improves biotechnology development in India through its development and implementation in agriculture, healthcare, animal sciences, environment and industry. And regarding National Brain Research Center, it is the only institute in India dedicated to neuroscience research and education. Scientists and students at NBRC come from diverse academic backgrounds, including biological, computational, mathematical, engineering and medical sciences, and use multidisciplinary approach to unravel secrets of the brain. So it is the only institute in India dedicated to neuroscience research. So it can be asked in statement wise question. And another thing is DBT comes under Ministry of Science and Technology. So this project comes under Ministry of Science and Technology. Moving on further, this is an article taken from today's Hindu which says that over 50% of Bihar population is multidimensionally poor according to Niti Aayog Multidimensional Poverty Index. So in this context, we should know about MPI or Multidimensional Poverty Index. As I mentioned earlier, the government think tank Niti Aayog releases National Multidimensional Poverty Index or MPI. So this baseline report, that is MPI, is the first ever national MPI measure and is based on the reference period of 2015-16 National Family Health Survey. That is National Family Health Survey 4. And it uses globally accepted and robust methodological developed by Oxford Poverty and Human Development Initiative and the UNDP. It captures multiple and simultaneous deprivation faced by household. And regarding the parameters, it is grouped under 3 dimensions, namely health, education and standard of living. And it is calculated using 12 indicators. One is nutrition, child and adolescent mortality, antenatal care, years of schooling, school attendance, cooking fuel, sanitation, drinking water, electricity, housing assets, and banking account. So, all these are grouped under three dimensions, namely health, education, and standard of living. And why National Family Health Survey 4 was taken? So, the data collected during NFHS 4 correspond to the period before the full rollout of new government's flagship schemes. That is, the new governments, that is the BJP government's flagship schemes, even before that it was rolled out. So, that is one aspect. Hence, it serves as a useful source for measuring the situation at baseline. That is before large scale rollout of nationally important scheme. That is why NFHS 4 is taken. And how is the data used? The National MPI 2021 is calculated using the household micro data collected at the unit level for the NFHS 4 that is used to derive the baseline multidimensional poverty. And further, the country's progress would be measured using the baseline in NFHS 5 for which the data was collected between 2019-20. Important, you should note that. And the progress of the country with respect to the baseline will be measured using NFHS 5 data collected in 2019-20. So, the data collected during NFHS 4 corresponds to the period before the full rollout of the new government. That is why that data is collected, and the progress of the country with respect to this baseline will be measured using National Family Health Survey 5 that is collected in the year 2019-20. And regarding the key highlights of National Multidimensional Poverty Index, 51.91 of the population in Bihar is poor, followed by Jharkhand, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh and Meghalaya. On the other hand, if you look, Kerala registered the lowest population poverty levels, that is only 0.71%. So, Kerala is the best performer and Bihar is the worst performer. And Kerala followed by Puducherry, Goa, Sikkim corresponds to 1.72%, 1.82, 3.76 and 3.82% belongs to poverty. So, other states and UTs where less than 10% of the population are poor include Tamil Nadu 4.89, Andaman and Nicobar Island 4.30, Delhi 4.79, Punjab 5.59, Himachal Pradesh 7.62 and Mizoram 9.8%. So what you should focus here is Bihar is the worst performer and Kerala is the best performer, and who releases MPI? It is Niti Aayog, and which survey is used for data collection, and NFHS 5 is taken for the progress level measurement. So, all these aspects you should know. This is important for your mains as well as for your prelims examination. That's all for today. Thank you and happy learning.